Toufic, you've built a massive following creating sketches that resonate with millions of people. So I'm
Yeah,
very curious, how does this fast-paced creative world contrast with a more structured, science-driven entrepreneurship side that you recently dove into?
it doesn't. It doesn't at all. And the reason it doesn't is I am currently looking for someone to manage the company because I do not have the structure. I do not have the structure in mind to manage it. The company is growing exponentially to a point of no return. Touch the wood. We went from fulfilling 200 orders to fulfilling 10,000 orders a month. Even with the number of employees, we are growing. And I have a very bad temperament when it comes to me myself. And I think people can realize this from my Instagram. And one of the things and one of the mistakes I'm doing is that I am considering Entity as my Instagram a game, a playing field. I go in, hellos, I shout on the phone, I scream. If someone doesn't, if someone bothers me, he's fired. I fired so many people. If someone looks at me in the wrong way, fired. You say hi in the wrong way, fired. Uh, I'm crazy. So definitely I am looking for someone to take the reins and I'll be just in the backgrounds doing the marketing. This is the plan, definitely on the long run, because I do not have the juice to be a CEO, that's for sure. And it's fine. It's fine. I'm great at marketing. I'm great at being out there, putting the product because I'm passionate about it. I've created the product, but being in a structural setting is not made for me. Is not.
Toufic, I want to take a step back. I mean, why did you even get into skincare? I mean, it's one thing being interested in the topic, but starting a whole business around it means that you have to have that passion you were talking about.
So first of all, my education. So I'm a biomedical engineer myself, and I did my subspecialty in biochem. So um, let's start with my education there. For sure that I didn't have direct experience when it comes to manufacturing or producing or marketing skincare products, not because I didn't want to, it's because unfortunately the UK market did not allow me to. I have applied to countless jobs when I came out freshly as a grad. The only job I could land was Oracle, meaningless job, horrible job that I don't even relate to. So I removed it from my LinkedIn. I'm never ashamed of anything I do. I'm very grateful for Oracle for giving me the visa that allowed me to stay in the UK. So thank you for that. But moving forward, I had the the luckiness to apply to the global talent visa that was enacted in 2021 by the then Prime Minister Boris Johnson and allowed me to stay within the UK and fulfill my dream. Now, other than my education, I have always been passionate about skincare since I'm 14. Yeah, that has been my drive, my passion. It has always been something I'm fiercely passionate about. So that's why I went into it.
I want to ask you a bit about the industry. I mean, it's really well known that there's giants in this industry,
Hmm.
and you've shown, well, you mentioned the numbers, 200 to 10,000 orders. That's insane amount of growth in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So, given that a lot of the customers in the skincare industry tend to be sticky customers, a lot of
Yeah.
the people we meet, they're
I
like, oh,
agree.
I swear by this brand and I swear by that brand. Everyone has their own routine. So, how do you convince customer to try out a new brand, to try out something that you've recently built?
So I went with the unconventional marketing, marketing that is costing me with a lot of suppliers, because the giants you're mentioning are pissed. If you look at my educational videos, I attack those giants with no fear whatsoever because when I attack, and I attack with science. Entity was built taking into account Arab Peninsula genes, Mesopotamian genes, and North African genes, which are completely different than Caucasians, American, Asian genes. I took into account our skin barriers, which was my thesis. Our skin barriers quite different because we are exposed to 300 days of sunlight. We eat a lot of spices and we have sedimentary lifestyle. Arabs are sedimentary. We are not active people. Seven Arab countries have the largest obesity rates in the world: Saudi, Bahrain, Kuwait, Egypt. That being said, this affects our skin barriers. So my product take into account those factors that other big brands, the giants you're discussing, do not. And I think that's what resonates today with the market. Lay one of the things is why, and I've been seeing this recurrent by a lot of customers that trusted Entity from the beginning, that gave it a chance and be like, wow, no, my skin has differed. We have real people, real skin, real before and afters, countless of ones that I've been sharing because yes, my product work.
Toufic, you said you were passionate about the industry since you were, well,
40
14, a teenager. So I'm curious, did you find this gap in the market over the years because you couldn't find something for your skin in particular?
for
I mean,
sure.
or
For
was
sure.
it just you heard people talk about something, or was it you personally that experienced this?
One thing is that at the end of the day, I want you to consider a formula like a piece of music. We can all hear a piece of piano that is beautiful, that is European in style. As an Arab, I can love it. But we can always have also a piece of piano that is Arabized, that is more to our team, more to our tempo. We would love more. I'm never going to say that this piece of music does not work for the Arab market and vice versa. But where would you want to hear the music more? The one that resonates with your culture or the one that is nice but that does not resonate? That's where Antati comes from. And that is the gap I saw in the market. There is no single Arab brand, only one, which is Moroccan oil, which has been global and bought by L'Oreal 12 years ago, but was built in Morocco, that is registered in the NPCC, that is registered in the EU Commission, and that is registered FDA. Entity is registered by three. It costs us so much money, but there is no Arab brand that has it. I have my registrations, no other ones. And I bet you, oh, there is Huda Beauty, but she's not skincare. She is makeup.
Mm.
So she's not a competitor or she's not a direct competitor. I love Huda Beauty and I love what she did with her brand, by the way. So, but she's registered also in these three markets that I just mentioned.
Tutfi, I want to step back and maybe ask you a question I should have asked right in the
Yeah,
beginning. Can you talk to me about the name?
of course. Antati, easy. Anta وأنت, you. Because skincare has no gender. And it's so funny. You go to Boots in the UK, the exact same cream. I've seen this topical cream with 2% salicylic acid that was in the woman's shelf and the man's shelf. And you want to laugh? The man's shelf was for £2.75. The woman's shelf was for £6.20. Exact same ingredient, exact same name, two different packaging. One is blue, one is pink.
So why do you think that is?
Marketing. Women tend to spend 10 times more in beauty. It's a stat. 10 times more in beauty than men. Men would never pay £6.75 on 2% salicylic acid. Women would. Of course, £6. It's nothing. She paid for her eyelashes £100. But man, nah, we have one shampoo for the hair, the face, the ass, the back. Man is never gonna spend that. So again, piece of music. A formula is a piece of music. Man and woman can hear the same music. That's not going to change. The feeling might change. The emotions might be different for sure. But a formula is the same for man and woman. A molecule interferes with the skin barriers, the same for man and woman. People might tell me, oh, but the hormones. Fine, hormones is one of the factors. But the same way, a woman has more estrogen because they're women, and it tend to make their skin more oily. We have men with oily skin. Fine. The man who has oily skin is gonna exactly take the exact same molecules that that woman. not because of her hormones. It's the skin type that matters more. So entity is for you alone, regardless of gender, regardless of ethnicity. When it comes to if you're Moroccan, if you're Kuwaiti, or if you're Lebanese, regardless of your religion. Like even now, we're seeing more and more skincare brands being affiliated to religion, which is so funny. Like, have you seen the shampoo, the hijabi shampoo that is on our supermarket? I mean, is there hijabi hair that I don't know that is different than normal hair? Funny.
Yeah, I mean, to I want to get a bit into the marketing side of things because that's really what you love and what you told me that you're really passionate about. We have taken over in Beirut and the billboards
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
Can you talk to me about that experience? How did that feel, seeing your billboards all over the capital?
I had zero expectations from those billboards other than mere visibility. I never expected that one of the billboards will be taken the wrong way and perceived as a threat or provocation to the minority of Christians living in Ashrafi. I am an Ashrafi resident. Zainab is a dear friend of mine. I didn't even think twice before putting Zainab that, oh my God, this is Ashrafi. We cannot. She's been in my campaigns for the past 6 months. She's on my Instagram for the past 6 months. She's on my website. The first image you see is Zainab. For me, super عادي, normal, nothing wrong in it. And it's sad to see that some people have twisted this beautiful billboard to make something so despicable in 2025. And I want to thank them because they actually boosted the visibility of the brand. So I actually got 7,000 more followers on my Instagram. So these were nice. So the campaign was a success, which, by the way, يعني, it took a turn that I did not take into consideration.
I mean, I guess in business they say any kind of attention is good attention.
I mean, they say any bad publicity is good publicity, and I think it works. Thank you for the mere minority. The mere minority, they're literally a minority. They're 10 people that are considering my billboard an attack to their belief.
So let's switch a bit more to the positive side. Tufi, you've been at this for a little while now. Where do you see this going? So you said you wanted to delegate the managerial, operational side of things and focus on the marketing. But what's the big dream here for Antati? Is it to grow to a point where you can sell it? Does it become a household name? Where do you see this going?
It's a very good question. My plan is definitely expansion into several markets that I have in mind. Iraq was a success. We are expanding even more. Syria, Jordan, Egypt. When I say these markets, is because not because I don't want to be in the GCC first. I can be in the GCC in a minute, and I will be in the next months. We already have three big retailers taking entity. It's because these markets are very hard to penetrate, and these markets have very weird customs regulations. Iraq was a success. Syria and Egypt are next. I want to be implemented in the Levant as a successful household brand before expanding to the rest of the Arab world. Do I want to be bought? I would, I wouldn't mind being bought from an ethical giant, which are very rare, but, and I can say it very clearly, I do not see 90% of the giant cosmetics, big pharma brands buying Entity or putting it under their umbrella anytime soon. So if anyone wants to buy Entity, I have a lot of due diligence doing it. But for now, I'm very, very, very happy and I'm staying put. There is no plan on selling or diluting shares or it's doing well. And I have a backbone and I'm saying it very openly. My investor is my dad and he's invested and he's very happy with his returns until now. So he's investing more. So for me, my shares are mine, 100%. So if this is a success, this will be a success story for life. It's 100% shares owned by me.
Well, that's amazing to hear. You're obviously doing really good, like we said, in a very short amount of time. I love the transparency, and I think that was a very interesting conversation for people to see this other side of you, and and the fact that you're very open about what you know, what you don't know,
For
and
sure.
I think this is very important, especially in our culture. And it
Honestly.
was amazing having you, Tufi. So
Thank
again, thank you so much for doing this.
thank you, Antoine, for having me and have a nice rest of your day.
Thank you.